So today I was just skimming through various history books, just going through, just going through some some paragraphs, and just catching up on some books I've read, and new books that I want to read, and so forth. And one of the books that I came across and was just skimming through is this book. And the history books, they got me thinking, especially this book, about white supremacy. And I was thinking about how real white supremacy is. It's real, it's intentional, it's deliberate, it's unapologetic, and worst of all, it's not illegal. Nobody goes to jail for white supremacy. Every system you can think about plays into the hands of white supremacy. So I thought to myself, listen, is it possible to achieve black supremacy? But because of who we are in nature, by nature, we're not full of hatred. We might be full of anger because of what people have done to us throughout history, but we're not evil people. We are very accommodative, we're very sharing, we are very kind by nature. We then It got me thinking. I started writing and I said, we could achieve black supremacy not at the expense of any other race or people. And how we'll achieve this is if we stopped thinking that we must all stand up and make a global difference and be global heroes. I think if we all just go back to the basics of who we are as black people and just go to our communities, to go to our immediate communities and make sure that we transform the economy. Forget the politics, the economy, and make sure that in our black communities the economy is black. We make sure that the all the pillars, the important pillars that make up a community are black. The education system, we make sure that it's wrapped around blackness. The justice system is wrapped around blackness. It plays into the hands of black development. And and once we can all just go back to our communities and we sort our communities out and we ensure that our communities have an element at the center of our communities is that black substance, is a blackness. I think would be taking 100 steps towards achieving black supremacy, because we've got the numbers as black people. And once we take over our own communities, by the time we look at the entire world, the world will be black because we've got the numbers. We've got more numbers favoring us than any other race. So if we do that, we not listen. We're not suggesting that we kill people or we burn their businesses. But if we have black consciousness in business, in economics, in politics, in society, from the social elements, I think we can achieve black supremacy, and I think the world can start waving a black flag of dominance. That's my conversation for tonight. Tell me what do you think about black supremacy? Is it achievable? And don't tell me about small time dynamics and rubbish excuses of how do we can't unite as black people, and we already fighting amongst ourselves as family. That is a result of white supremacy. Systems such as apartheid got us to this point of division. The white supremacy has a strong arm of divide and rule, and once people are divided, people stop fighting amongst each other. So don't take these qualities and make them black. These are not black qualities. These qualities are not who we are as black people. I was telling some young kids that slavery and apartheid and all that, it's not the bulk of our history. If the history of black people was 10 years old, right, on this earth, we're probably just one, what, slavery, and everything else is just a year old. 9 years of life is just, it's nothing to do with slavery. It's actually wealth, this very black supremacy I'm talking about. Because if you understand world history, you understand that Africa helped the rest of the world with civilization. It's not the other way around, like your history books that lie to tell you that the world came into Africa and civilized Africa. It's actually the other way around. But that's not the topic. The topic here is black supremacy. Tell me what you think about black supremacy. And again, I hope the white people come out their closets and join into the discussion. And let's see, what do you think about black supremacy. We can even touch on white supremacy if you want to, because I know it exists. I know that white people, generation after generation, are beneficiaries of white supremacy. I mean, I went to a very white school. I could count the black guys on one hand with the school I went to in my grade. So I understand what I'm talking about when I say white supremacy exists. It, Across the world, in our society, it exists. And the white guys are beneficiaries. When I say guys, I mean male and female. The white guys are beneficiaries of white supremacy. That's why you never see them in the front line of any protest in society, in the country, in the world. You only see them when the protest becomes commercial and there's TV around it and they show face. They're not at the center of the protest half the time. Yeah, well, you get that one, two white guy or three white guys that are really part of the protest, and shout out to them. But I'm telling you, I'm speaking for the majority. The majority don't care because the change that we want does not suit them. They benefit from this current world order, which is the world order of white supremacy. So let's talk about black supremacy. Is it achievable? I think it is. A person like me, when I look at my own community, Soweto, we can definitely achieve black supremacy. We can achieve millionaires in Soweto. We can ensure that these billboards out here that generate R1 billion a year, we can be owned by black people. We can make sure that the R1 billion spaza economy that's now ran by Pakistani and other people that are foreign can go back in the hands of black Sowetans, and the Sowetans can own them. And overnight, over a year, we can have 100 millionaires riding around Soweto, and what would come from that is just amazing. An evolution of black economics, black supremacy. So you tell me, what's your take on it? I'm listening. Tanta Lux, Soweto, Kaufela.